angled corner. Do this. So you can't see the colour. Now we're recording. Hey guys, just Ew, very nice. So a friend of mine just mentioned me saying he's going to Berlin Pride for the weekend, which is fantastic. Good to hear. So we are here. I have a different outfit, but still a humid, sticky, wet Friday afternoon in London. Can you see my face? Anyway, so I am in Astro Get It. Got the colour one. Not that kind of video, but it is kind of a Astro No Man No Pup theme. Just because I have now 2 packages here from Amazon that I have today. I ordered these like ages ago. This one I'm going to save for the video. But this is the one I've been really looking forward to getting, opening. So a while back I mentioned to you guys that I almost did pass my degree. Well, I have a degree in astrophysics, so the Astro name comes from the derivation of astronomy. Because when I was younger, living in Cornwall, to look at the stars, and I loved the science behind it, and the physics and the maths. But I also did people may not know this, but when I was in year 9, when I was 13, 14, there was an offer to do a GCSE in astronomy. And I was the only one, I think, and probably to this day, the only one there were people doing it, who went from Hayle School to do GCSE Astronomy. But I was the first one. I was the ringleader. I was the first student ever at Hayle School to do a GCSE in this field. And I don't know how many people in Hayle School now do it to this day, but it is something that I was passionate about at the time. It was available to me when I was younger, and now it's... So every half term, on Saturday, every other Saturday or half term, they would always run a day workshop at a university in Newquay or Launceston or somewhere in Cornwall, where certain professors and teachers would run the astronomy GCSE course. And it happened over 3 years. So when I did my GCSEs at year 11, back in 2004, I did 14 GCSEs. So as well as the 12 that we had anyway, like maths, RE, the 3 options, then I did geography, graphic design, and IT. Shout out to those. Let's not get into too many teachers involved. But I also then did a GCSE in statistics, which was available to us through our maths challenge or maths. There's an extra thing you used to do in maths. So I did statistical analysis, and I did my GCSE astronomy. So I did 14 GCSEs back in my day. And this, overall today, was my textbook. Was my GCSE astronomy textbook that I followed, I took notes in, and I never knew what happened to it in the end. I didn't know if I had to return it back, or it was just never available to me. But now, I now have the GCSE Astronomy Guidebook and it is the second edition, so it's the edition after the one that I got, because the one I got was black and white. This one is full on pages, and funny enough, I just opened that diagram at the equation of time and the aurora, and it is going to be very fun to go through this book again. Binary stars, going into evolution, neutron stars, black holes, Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. They're opening up the right page. Pups and colour. Power Rangers, the primary colours are red, yellow and blue. Red supergiants, blue giants, yellow main sequence stars, yellow dwarf stars, and then you're going into white dwarfs and other colours as well. But being Astro is the team leader, the supergiants, always the one that I used to. So I'm looking forward to going back over this textbook and see how much I remember A, what maths I used to do, because I just opened and saw Kepler's laws, pointer stars, circumpolar stars. One of my favourite things I ever learned was about this is the worst word for me to say with my accent and Cornish. Lunar librations. And basically that means, so the Earth rotates on its axis. The Moon orbits around the Earth. So basically, obviously we only see the face of the Moon, man of the face of the Moon, the entire time. But you do see like behind his ear and up above his chin, because as the Earth rotates, the Moon orbits the Earth at roughly the same rate. Just a little bit different. It's why we have tides, because high tides at different times, because the way in which the Earth rotates, the Moon orbits as well, but then we've got to move a little bit further to get to that point as well. So each time we're rotating, and the tides change because we're not quite in sync. The Earth's rotation as an axis, it's not the same time it takes from the Moon to orbit the Earth. And so this is why we see roughly 60%, 66% of the Moon's surface. So we can see the face all times because it's always facing us as we rotate around the Earth. As it rotates around the Earth. So that's a little bit of a cheeky little sneak peek of what I learnt at GCSE Astronomy. And in a weird way, it is... People ask me why I don't go back to my degree. The reason I don't go back to my degree at the level I was at was because the astronomy part of it, the GCSE stuff that I did when I was at high school, from the age 14, up until I started my first year university in Kent, so when I was 19. Those were the 5 best years of my degrees years, because it was the science that I liked. It was probably the level that I was most comfortable in, because the astronomy side of it was more observations, learning the principles, basic principles of what physics and the local solar system and the local astronomy does in our proximity. So what we see with the naked eye, what we can see with binoculars, what we can see through a telescope. I had access to very basic equipment, but I liked going out camping and excursions, so sitting on the dunes on the beach and just pointing at stars and telling people where they were. Have a guitar playing along, maybe a guitar one day. But people have always asked why I've not got back into my degree. It's because I just didn't enjoy what level of learning I was enjoying, because I went into programming, I went into statistics, I went into a level of computer engineering that I just didn't enjoy. Rocket equations and space stuff was fantastic, and the calculus, the algebra got so complicated with all the equations. This is the core part of what makes Richard tick. Gets me excited, gets me hard, gets me in astro mode, because this is why he is part of the pack that I have. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I'm almost at the point. Very Star Trek now. Hydrogen, deuterium, positrons, neutrinos, photons. I don't know that much Klingon. I really don't know that much Klingon. But we're going to go into that later on. So, this is the react video for my GCSE Astronomy textbook. I am going to look forward to telling you guys about a few chapters and discussing a few bits in the future. But for now, I won't Astro one today, because he's here on my head. He's thinking he's a reference from me, but I'm wearing my lovely collar because it's representing Star Trek, Picard, all the new stuff's going on, and this is my route back into the science, the astronomy degree that I once loved. So stay tuned, guys. I will be posting here and there. I will get Astro to read you some stuff. I'm sure he will look forward to learning some stuff on his side. I'm going to put it down. Okay, right, I'm going now. I will see you guys later. Don't buy my textbook.